What up, New York Giant Nation? It's your boy, Mac the Giants fan, coming at y'all with the season premiere episode of the True Blue Preview. It is absolutely game day. Fired up, ready, New York Giant Nation. What's going on? We got them Denver Broncos coming to visit the New York Football Giants at MetLife Stadium. Fans back, filling the stadiums back up. It's time to get fired up, New York Giant Nation. It's time to get fired up, and it's hopefully time to open this season up with a W. But on to some keys to the game tonight. Today, I should say. Obviously, protecting Daniel Jones is an absolute must. We have seen it for the last 2 years. This kid cannot make things happen if he's getting swarmed as soon as he gets the ball. This offensive line still has been very up and down throughout the preseason and the limited action that the starting offensive line has seen. But things got to get better, man. They got to figure out a way to improve from what they've been doing. Like I said, at least try to build up, and they got to build up and be better. They have to continue to get better because protecting Daniel Jones is absolutely essential. And as we're talking about Daniel Jones, man, he's not also all the way off the hook. He's not blameless in this whole matter and everything either. You know what I mean? Because he's got to make much smarter decisions than he usually makes. And that's going to be key in this game against a defense like the Denver Broncos are going to be sending out there. He absolutely cannot make those bonehead decisions. If it's not there, he's got to throw it away or take off with it, or tuck it and take off with it, man. At this point, he's got to get that instilled in his memory, man. Like either like if it's not there, just tuck it and run or throw it the hell away. Daniel Jones, this is your time, man. Show me what you got, man. Show me you got the instincts to make you a franchise quarterback. Like I said, you have the overall tools and skill set to be a franchise quarterback, but you just don't. You got to show me now that you can mix those instincts up with that. Add the instincts to the skill set, man, to your skills, bro. Let me see what you got, man. And then also, man, another key to this offensively, man, for the New York Giants today, man. You're going to have to try it. This is like I said, very good defense, especially very, very good on the back end. And you gotta try to really just punch this team in the mouth, man. You gotta wear them out with a power run game. I mean, Saquon Barkley is back, baby. He is back. Don't expect him to have a full workload, obviously. But with that being said, I'm assuming it's gonna be a pretty steady rotation with him and Javonte Booker. Hey, maybe we even get a little bit of Brightwell. Who knows? But at the same time, just gotta keep wearing Denver out, wearing that defense out. Because that's how we're going to slow that amazing pass rush down. You got to wear them out with a good, solid run game and give them everything we got, man. And then also, just one last point is just with a defense like this, man, just take what they give you, man. Don't try to force anything because it will just only lead to mistakes, man. Mistakes and turnovers, man. Can't have that tonight. Can't have that today against this Denver Bronco team. They're pretty opportunistic, man. So can't make all the silly mistakes, man. So now defensively, man, I'm going to go to the keys of the game defensively for some of the keys to this game, man. And flat out, it's going to sound crazy, but I'm just going straight up. Come out, you gotta set the tone. Straight up, set the tone. We are at home. You got to defend our house. So you got to punch them in the face early. Let them know where they came, who they came from. Young boy Javonte Williams, looking very impressive in the preseason. Had a great college career in North Carolina. Yo, you got to knock that man down. Welcome his ass to the NFL. Let him know. He was not going to come up here and get famous in MetLife. No, sir. Also, you got to stay disciplined on defense, man. Stay disciplined. Don't limit the mistakes, limit the penalties. And then, because they have a pretty talented receiving core. I mean, Joe Judge earlier in the week went as far to say they could possibly have the best receiving core in the league. I think that might have been a bit extreme, but they do have a very talented group back there because people forget Courtney Sutton. Courtney Sutton was out all last season, and he might have made a bit of a difference for this team last year. I don't know, but Drew Lock was a little erratic, but at the same time, he might have made a bit of a difference. And speaking of that, like I said, piggybacking off of what I just said about Drew Lock being erratic, part of the reason why he lost his job this year to Teddy Bridgewater, nonetheless. Teddy Bridgewater is a solid quarterback in the National Football League. But with that being said, I really think he is really just truly a backup quarterback that teams are now bringing in, almost like I said in my live show on Wednesday night, almost like a Ryan Fitzpatrick type of guy now, where teams are just going to keep bringing you in to just basically placehold the quarterback spot until they get until they get their guy in there. You know what I mean? Maybe Drew Lock may still be the guy for Denver down the road. Maybe this will be a good experience for him to sit this season. Or who knows, maybe he won't even sit the whole season. But Teddy Bridgewater was a pretty decent quarterback before the knee injury. He was definitely a solid guy, man. He's just not, but that knee injury was devastating, man. He missed 2 years of his career. He's just not the same. He never came back and played at that same level that he once played before the injury. I mean, but he is still very much serviceable. He does not make a lot of mistakes. He is a savvy veteran. So with that being said, that's why you got to be disciplined back there on defense in the secondary. Don't get fooled. Don't get, watch the double moves. These receivers, like I said, are a talented group. Also, even with their ground game, they're going to be throwing running backs at you. Like I said, mentioned Javonte Williams, but they also do indeed still have Melvin Gordon on this roster. So also on defense, we gotta absolutely establish a pass rush. Who's going to be the guy? Who's going to be the guy? I mean, last year Leonard Williams led the team in sacks. That's not necessarily ideal, you know what I mean? At the same time, I'll take it. If he still do it again this year, I'm obviously going to absolutely take it. But at the same time, we need somebody to establish themselves off that edge, and I need to know who's going to be the guy. Is it going to be Lorenzo Carter? Are you going to finally kick down that door, young man? You look like you was on the verge of doing it last year before you got hurt and blew your Achilles. You did it like you were on the verge of it. You were starting to really show some signs of good, consistent play off the edge. Will you come back and reestablish that? I'm hoping you do, man. I'm rooting for you, kid. But we need someone to step up and be a consistent edge rusher that can provide consistent and constant pressure and make quarterbacks have to, think really quick on their feet. Absolutely a must. Somebody on that defense needs to step up. Now, special teams, man. All I gotta say about that for right now is just do what you got to do out there. Like, the one thing I like about the philosophy after listening to T-Mac, man, like he said, with talking with a coach like Joe Judge is going to let you get the players that you need to be successful on special teams, which is why I believe we are going to have a pretty solid special teams unit. And I mean, right now we need to go ahead and establish it week 1, play discipline. You know what I mean? Try to get them kicks down inside the 20, inside the 10. I mean, do what we gotta do on special teams right now. I mean, until I see it on the field, that's not much. I don't have a whole lot to say about special teams right now. I mean, like Jabril Peppers is going to be doing a lot of that kick returning and punt returning for right now. You might get a Kadarius Toney appearance back there because it's like he's a full go to play on Sunday as well. So, like I was also just wanted to get back to Javonte Williams one more time, man, for y'all New York Giant fans that if any of y'all ain't familiar with this kid out of North Carolina, he was a second-round draft pick for the Denver Broncos this past year in the draft. This kid he's a bruiser. He's a bruiser, man. And I'm going to tell you what, man, if we don't wrap this kid up, it's going to be a long fucking day. It will be a long day. So, got to absolutely wrap this kid up, man, and make sure we take him to the ground. Let him know he's in the NFL now. Welcome his ass to the NFL. Like I said earlier, do not let this kid get famous in MetLife. Also, New York Giant Nation, as we are, a lot of you probably have heard, Kenny Galladay is not even on the injury list anymore. Full go for Sunday. So let's see what he got, man. He didn't get much work with Daniel Jones. No, he didn't get any game preseason work with Daniel Jones at all. Practice ain't quite the same as games, but Kenny Galladay is also a seasoned enough veteran receiver. Daniel Jones is in year 3, and I quite frankly don't think it matters that as much as people try to make that seem. Yeah, I know you got to build a rapport, but I feel like things going to be all right. I'm not saying he's going to go out there week 1 and have catch 3 touchdown passes from Daniel Jones. Hope he does. I'm not saying that's going to happen, especially against his amazing defense. Denver Broncos is going to be rolling out. But the fact that Kenny Galladay is a full go and will be in the lineup on today, is very encouraging. Absolutely is very encouraging. So just one more before I get out of here, man. This is gonna be a fun game to watch, man. I think it's gonna be a really tough, gritty game. You gotta bear with it. It's not gonna be a lot of the big splash plays offensively, I don't think. I think both offensive units, especially with this being week 1, defenses usually are gonna be ahead of the offense at this stage right now. And I think that's exactly what you're going to see in this game, a lot of in this game, man. I think you're going to see 2 really good defenses out there pretty much punching the offenses in the face, to be quite frank. I mean, I'm just keeping it all the way real. That's as real as I can keep it. I think this is going to be one of those kind of games, man. We're going to have to win ugly if we're going to win this game. We're going to have to win ugly. And speaking of win, I am going to predict the final score of this game. Not on Wednesday on my live stream, I predicted 14-10, very low scoring game, and I'm still keeping it low scoring. But I am going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to add 3 points to each team, man, and I'm going to change that to a final score of 7. New York Giants 17, Denver Broncos 13. I think that's what's going to be the final. I think it's going to be somewhere in that ballpark. I just don't see a big offensive explosion in this game. Like I said, looking at 2 really solid defenses and 2 offenses that we really don't know what they're really made of. We'll get to find out on Sunday. That's what's going to be fun about these games, about this game, because these 2 teams are built pretty similarly in that regard. They're both kind of they're both question marks on the offensive side of the ball. But on the defensive side of the ball, we know they got some dogs. They both got some dogs. So, with that being said, New York Giant Nation, enjoy the game. And I will see you after the game with the true Blue Aftermath. So come join me, because that's going to be a live show. Let's get it. Peace. I'd like to thank you all for listening. If you was feeling this, please take time to subscribe and smack them likes. Feel free to drop a comment and let me know what you think. Don't forget to ring that bell so you know when I'm dropping new content. It's your boy, Mac the Giants Fan. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at Mac the Giants Fan. That's MACDA Giants Fan.